The Protectors of the Wood Adventure Series. Episode number 109. Sonny Walker. Abby, Chris, and Sonny sat outside the shanty and drank tea together. Sonny had called Chris the Director of Communications, but Chris said that title would give Abby the wrong idea.
I'm actually more on the tech side of things. I had this job overseas in the Army, and when I returned, I had nowhere to go. So Sonny took me in. He could see I needed help, and I could see that he did too. Believe it or not, this is the main office of the Rivergate County government. But it's Sonny who's the county executive and the mayor of this town. He has the ideas. He dictates the letters. He has the grand strategy.
The sun made a brief appearance on that cloudy day, and Abby felt the warmth on her back. The wind blew and light reflected off the ripples in the water all around them. Strong tea and conversation were pouring energy into her mind.
But how do you get internet reception here? I thought you were all off-grid. People act like Rivergate is miles away, lost in the swamp.
Oh, the cell phone tower includes us now. And we've had a hotspot here for a few years. Sonny's not one to drag his feet. We've got things to do.
Sonny suddenly pulled a cell phone from his pocket.
That reminds me. Here's a favor from Callie.
He handed the phone to Chris, who studied the phone with fascination, his thumbs moving with lightning speed.
Not bad. This is a big help. With this nearby, you'll get calls, texts, emails, and medias of all kinds anywhere you are.
No. You will get all those things and tell me about them, just like we do now. I think it's better with a little back and forth with a real person. Remember, I was born in a different world. But we're making it work, Chris, thanks to you.
Abby noticed Chris look down with embarrassment, unable to restrain a big smile.
And Chris, you know I shouldn't carry one of those things. I wouldn't want you forgetting.
Yes, the rules. I know. I memorized them. I guarantee the computer. Guarantee it.
And what about that phone?
Yes, I'll check this out ASAP. And don't worry. Public business only. Whatever the whole world can see. And you're right. You definitely should not carry it. I wasn't thinking. It would be a hazard in your hands.
Oh, well, we've got to keep reminding ourselves. Oh, Chris, can you do us a favor? I've got to talk over a few things with Abby, and we may not get another chance on this trip. But her father is aching to see her. You'll find Dennis in the compost area at the far end.
It'll be a pleasure.
He turned to Abby.
We hope to see you often. Ta-ta, toot-toots.
Chris made a little bow and was gone. Abby gave a low whistle of relief.
Now what does that mean?
I'm just glad. Somehow I instantly knew Wendy wouldn't want me having a cell phone, especially in the forest.
You're not the only one who's glad.
Sonny shook his head in frustration.
No one warned you about this?
Jeremy told me something about phone rules.
Oh, thank heaven. You absolutely cannot carry a phone. They'll track every step you take. Work through other people like I do. The new cell tower is both an opportunity and a danger.
I thought of that too.
Well, we'll talk more about this later. As for right now, your father will be here very soon.
How are my parents?
This question had been waiting a long time, and now burst out of her. She had fear in her voice. Sonny had obviously prepared his answer.
They've had a hard time, but are improving fast. At the moment, they're both working. Let them talk about their new jobs and tell them how well you're doing. Stuff they want to hear.
You sound like something bad happened.
Well, let them tell you as much as they want to, but don't press them. Dennis has been sick. They've had setbacks, but don't dwell on it. They're making a fresh start. Concentrate on boosting their confidence, please. It's a job I'm good at, but I need your help.
You're scaring me.
No, you were scared already. I'm trying to relieve your mind. Ask your dad about apples. He's in charge of our orchards like he used to be long ago. Invite him to help you in the churchyard. Tell your mom how happy you are, how well things have turned out. Get rid of your pain and guilt, and they'll be happy too.
Abby sat in silence for a minute, thinking. She smiled.
Okay, you're right. That helps.
Oh, I'm sorry to rush this conversation, but we don't have much time. Your long apprenticeship is over now. You are joining the team.
My apprenticeship? What do you mean?
Oh, don't try that hiding act with me. You won't get back here often, so make good use of me now.
Abby was stunned for a moment.
I really think you're exaggerating, but I won't waste time arguing. I do have questions. There are things I need to know.
Please let me hear it.
All right, give me a chance. Okay. Phoebe and I were talking after the council meeting last night. You know who Phoebe is?
Of course. We follow these events. You've done well. So far, so good.
Well, we were talking about Pastor Banks' speech at our meeting. How she said you don't really need help with the bridge closing. How can that be true? And she said the real emergency is the pressure to abandon Rivergate altogether. But how can we help with that if we don't understand what's going on?
Well, you know most of the details already, and we've now got the last pieces of the puzzle in place.
Abby saw his dark eyes sparkle.
As you know, we've been preparing for a long time. A lot of people are surprised by the high water and extreme storms, but we expected them. So we abandoned the lower road and built another one up the slope. We tore down many houses and cabins and used the material to build new ones. We've expanded our fleet of boats, pulled the docks back, created new harbors. It will be a hard winter, and we're on track to store food and biogas in unheard of quantities. Most likely we'll be helping you in Middletown rather than you helping us. Your leaders don't see the real challenges, but we do.
Helping us in Middletown? It's the opposite of what people think.
Yes, it is. But that's what's going to happen. We've been adapting and thinking this through while other people put their heads in the sand. And if you consider the situation, you'll see that we start from a better position.
Yeah, I've always thought so, even though I doubted myself. But what about this relocation issue? Phoebe and I don't quite get it. There's a mystery to it. We need a better idea of what we can do and what the dangers are.
Sonny's eyes gleamed.
Ah, thank you. I see you're coming to the point.
By habit, Sonny lowered his voice and glanced about. They were completely alone.
Of course you're aware that the Gideon Corporation wants to mine and control Dreamstone. We just learned for certain that a Morphe company, Arma Resources, has quietly applied for mining rights in the forest preserve and is lobbying full force in our state government. We have a mole in the middle of these secret negotiations and have found out many things.
In a dream I saw the headlight, and I know where to run. I was blinded by the headlight, and I know where to run. Night, my truck was coming, wide as Highway 61. I could see it in the distance, 10,000 wheels around the bend. I could see it in the distance, 10,000 wheels round the bend. Blocking out the moon and the sunlight, don't know where it's gonna end. All night my truck is coming, biggest mountain rolling by. All night my truck is coming, biggest mountain rolling by. It sounds like thunder rolling, don't you hear the people cry? Avalanches moving through the houses and the trees. Avalanches moving through the houses and the trees. Lord, won't you help your children? Lord, help us if you please. Oh, hurricane is screaming, blowing wild across the land. Oh, hurricane is screaming, blowing wild across the land. The water's coming, Lord, give me your right hand. In a dream I saw the headlights, and I know where to run. I was blinded by the headlight, and I know where to run. Night, my truck is coming, wide as Highway 61.
Thanks for listening to the Protectors of the Wood Adventure Series. Find all our projects on protectorsofthewood.com. Support us on Patreon at Protectors of the Wood. And to all the eco warriors out there, remember that everyone can make a difference and every action counts.